Hey there, guys. Chet here. If you're part of the new wave of productivity enthusiasts, you've definitely heard of Folk. It's being hyped as the notion of CRMs. People love it because it's beautiful and it's flexible. They pitch it as the modern way to manage your relationships, and they tell you it's effortless because it scrapes LinkedIn and then it organizes your contacts like a superpowered spreadsheet. It feels like the cool new tool that makes the old CRMs look boring. I want to challenge the idea, rather, that a beautiful list is the same thing as a sales process. Folk is an incredible Rolodex, right? It's amazing for networking, but networking is not selling. Selling requires pressure. It requires stages. It requires a system that forces you to make a decision. Pipedrive is not just a list of people, it is a machine for closing deals. And I'm going to explain why relying on a relationship manager might feel nice, but often will leave your revenue flat. This is a comparison between organizing contacts and driving revenue. Folk will help you remember who people are, but Pipedrive helps you get them to sign a contract. I'm going to show you why choosing the tool that focuses on the deal is critical for any business that actually needs to make money. So by the end of this video, you'll understand the difference between a contact manager and a sales pipeline. We're going to look at the data enrichment features and the email workflows and the deal tracking capabilities. I'll show you which platform actually moves the needle on your bottom line. If you're ready to build a serious sales engine, I have a great offer for you. If you use my link that we put in the description, you'll get a 30-day full free trial of Pipedrive. Every feature unlocked. That's instead of the usual 14 days. And if you decide to keep using it after the trial, the discount will be applied automatically when you sign up using my link. That means you'll be using the same powerful Pipedrive that everyone else uses for less than what they're paying. And by the way, if you want to go deeper, we've also put together a complete Pipedrive course that goes from A to Z and walks you through everything step by step. It's totally free and it's there if you need it. All right, let's get into the comparison. We're going to start with Pipedrive. The philosophy of Pipedrive is centered around the deal. A person is just a person until there is a potential transaction attached to them. Pipedrive forces you to define that transaction. It asks you how much this is worth and when it will close. This focus on the deal changes your psychology. When you look at Pipedrive, you don't just see a list of names, you see the potential revenue of your company. The visual pipeline shows you the journey of that money. You can see it moving from the left side of the screen to the right side. This visual momentum is essential for sales teams. Pipedrive operates on activity-based selling and understands that deals do not close themselves. You have to do the work. Pipedrive is aggressive about this. It tracks your calls and your emails and your meetings against specific deals. If you stop doing the work, Pipedrive will let you know. It uses visual indicators, I guess, yes, to show you which deals are actually slipping away. It doesn't let you get comfortable just having a nice network. It demands that you convert that network into business. The structure of Pipedrive is rigid in a good way. It prevents you from creating a mess. It forces you to categorize your leads properly. This discipline is what allows you to scale. If you hire 3 new salespeople, they can all jump into Pipedrive and understand the process immediately because the rails are already there. Now let's look at Folk. Folk is essentially a very powerful and beautiful database. It's designed to replace your Google contacts or your Excel spreadsheets. It excels at managing loose networks of people. If you are a venture capitalist or a journalist or an influencer agent, Folk is perfect. You have thousands of contacts and you just need to keep track of them. Folk allows you to tag them and group them easily. It feels fluid. You can drag and drop people into different lists. It's very satisfying to organize your digital life with Folk. However, it's not built for a rigorous sales cycle. It treats a deal just like another tag or another view. It does not have the deep native understanding of a sales pipeline. It doesn't naturally track win rates or deal velocity or weighted revenue forecasts. You have to try and build those views yourself using filters. This lack of sales DNA becomes a problem when you need to drive results. In Folk, it is easy to have 1,000 conversations and close 0 deals because the software does not push you to close. It just helps you chat. It creates a false sense of productivity, to be honest. You feel busy because you're emailing people, but you're not actually moving them toward a signature. The biggest selling point of Folk actually is its Chrome extension and data enrichment. You can go to a LinkedIn profile, click one button, and Folk will pull that person's photo and job title and company info right into your database. It's magic. It saves you hours of data entry. You know, for a long time, this was a unique advantage, but Pipedrive has caught up. Pipedrive now has smart contact data features and a sidebar extension that allows you to grab data from the web. It might not be as aesthetically pleasing as Folk, but it is just as functional for sales purposes. The difference is what happens after you get the data. In Folk, the data sits in a beautiful row. In Pipedrive, that data is attached to the deal. Pipedrive immediately prompts you to schedule an activity with that new contact. It pushes you to use that data, not just store it. Both tools allow you to send emails, but they do it differently. Folk has a feature called Messages, and this allows you to send bulk emails that look professional. It's very good for sending newsletters or updates to your investors. It feels a bit like a lightweight MailChimp. Pipedrive focuses on one to one sales emails. It syncs with your Gmail or Outlook to track every single interaction automatically. When you open a deal in Pipedrive, you see the entire conversation history in one thread. You see when they opened it and when they clicked a link. Pipedrive also has robust automation for emails. You can actually set up sequences that trigger based on deal stages. If a client moves to the contact sent stage, well, then Pipedrive can automatically send a follow up email 3 days later if they haven't signed. Folk does not have this level of deal based automation logic. Folk markets itself heavily on being multiplayer. It allows you to comment on contacts and mention your teammates. It feels a lot like Notion or Google Docs. It's great for collaborative brainstorming about a network, right? Now, Pipedrive is built for collaborative selling. It allows you to assign specific tasks to different team members. You can have a closer own the deal while an SDR owns the initial meeting. Pipedrive handles the handoff between these roles perfectly. It has complex permission settings so that you can control who sees what. And a sales team, you need accountability. You need to know who exactly is responsible for closing a deal. Pipedrive makes ownership very clear. In Folk, ownership can feel a bit loose. It's more about sharing a list than driving a result. This is where difference becomes undeniable. Reporting. If you are running a business, you need to know your numbers. You need to know your conversion rate from lead to deal. You need to know your average sales cycle length. You need to forecast your revenue for the next quarter. Pipedrive gives you these reports straight out of the box. You click the Insights tab, and you have professional charts that you can show to your board or to your partners. It does the math for you. Folk does not have sales reporting. It can't tell you your win rate. It can't forecast revenue. It can count how many contacts you have, but it cannot calculate the value of your pipeline. If you use Folk for sales, you will likely have to export your data to Excel every week to run your numbers manually, which, as you can imagine, is a massive waste of time. So, which platform is right for you? If your primary goal is to manage a community or a network of investors or a PR list, then Folk is a fantastic tool. It's really the best Rolodex on the market. It's beautiful and it's easy to use. But if your primary goal is to sell a product or service, then Pipedrive is the only choice. You cannot run a sales team on a Rolodex. You need a pipeline. Pipedrive provides the structure that turns contacts into customers. It keeps your team focused on the metrics that matter. It ensures that you are not just building relationships, but actually capitalizing on them. Do not confuse organizing people with selling to them. They are two very different activities. Pipedrive is the tool that bridges the gap between knowing someone and doing business with them. You know what? I want you to test the difference in focus. Use the link that we put in the description, get that extended 30-day free trial of Pipedrive, and set up your pipeline. See how much more clarity you have about your revenue. And remember, if you need help getting started, our free A to Z course is linked below to guide you. Now go get that trial and start closing those deals today. And I will see you in the next video.